auspicious night in this period of Ganesha Utsav, as we come together as one family. Dharam Swami ki Jai. Hari Shri Ganeshaya Namah Shri Saraswati Namah Shri Guru Charana Kamale Namo Namah Guru Brahma Guru Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Sarva Mangala Mangale Shive Sarvati Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namaste Karpur Gaura Karunavatar Samsar Saram Bhujage Praham Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Atulita Balbhavam Ema Shailavaneham Tanujavan Krishanu Jnaninam Agrahanyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Manadhanam Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Bhagavatam Namami Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansajanurvardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanirabhavati bharata Abhidhanasya dharmasya Tadatmanam srijamyam Paritranaya sadhunam Vinashaya charushritam Dharma sansthapanam Sambhavani yuge yuge Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Praise the Lord, Vrindavan, Bihari Lal ki Jai. Devotees, remain in that same posture. Take a deep breath. Energize your internal vessels, organs, with positive vibrations that emanate from the altar here at the beautiful Sanatan Mandir. As you exhale the exhale negativity, drop your shoulders and relax. We turn now to the very first shloka of Sri Ramcharitamanas written by Goswami Tulsidas Ji. A beautiful shloka glorifying Lord Ganesha, Mother Vani, the goddess of speech, Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, and of course the original author of Ramayana, the same Valmiki. Mangalastakam, Chapter 1, Shloka 1, Valga, Sri Ramcharitamanas. Varnam Artha Samdhanam Rasam Chitta Samami Mangalam We glorify now the deity, Prathama Puja Vinayaka, Lord Ganesha. In this prayer, in this bhajan, I worship day and night the elephant-faced Lord Ganesha, who is like the sun with the lotus face on the Parvati, the giver of many bones, Ekadanta, single tusk, Lord Ganesha. I salute you and give thee a boon. Devotees, tonight I ask all of you, let us clap our hands, let us sing with the top of our voices, let us engage and energize ourselves with the Shakti of this Prathama Puja Vinayaka. Praise the Lord Dharam Swami Ki Jai. Shuklam Bharadram Vishnu Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavanam Dhyaye Sarvavigopashantaye Agjanan Paramanam Gajananam Arvisham Anekdantam Bhagwanam Ekdantam Vasmahe Ekdantam Vasmahe. Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangalamurti Moria, O Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangalamurti Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangalamurti Moria, O Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangalamurti Moria, Siddhinayaka Moria, Kirtananda Moria. Mandir Once again, Swagatam and welcome this evening. Let me first of all say welcome to all the Pandits here this evening. Namaste, Babajis. To other Pandits, Chris Bahaya, Pandit Seth who is not here, and of course all the members of this wonderful organization, Sanatan, Dharam, and to all you lovely devotees, family, friends from the Houston area. I say tonight, mothers, fathers, my parents are online with us. To all of you online as well, Jai, Sitaram, and thank you for joining us and continuing this journey of Dharma globally. My parents, Pandit Sri Tulsi Persad, my mom, Miss Grace Persad, listening down in Trinidad tonight, my sister as well. Gurus, uncles and aunties, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, cousins, friends and relatives. Blessed are we to be amongst each other in this collaborative satsang, in this auspicious period of Ganesha Utsava. Tonight we pay homage to the feet of our Gurus. Every one of us were born with two Gurus, Matrudeva Bhava, Pitrudeva Bhava, mothers and fathers. And then, in your area, you have two wonderful Pandits with us tonight. One of these Pandits perhaps is a Guru to you, or you have a Guru from another country perhaps, or your Guru, like myself, has gone to the beyond. Tonight, I ask you to bow subliminally to the feet of your Gurus. If you've never had a Guru, bow to subliminally to the feet of your mother and father tonight. Worship, we pay obeisances to the lotus feet of the most supreme noble teacher, Satya Sai Baba, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, the embodiment of truth, love and peace, gives us this bhajan. He grants us spiritual knowledge. We say, Charan Namostute, Guru Baba. Again, I ask all of you to please clap. Let us energize this building tonight. Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba. In the order that we worship God, firstly, Prathama Puja is who? Ganesha. Then, to the feet of the Guru. And then in this order, we go to the feet of the Divine Mother. The mother of all mothers. She loves all of us, all the children, equally. The Divine Mother Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. This bhajan tells us, as we glorify her, your purifying memory fills my internal world with intense happiness. The love for you is present in every single pore of my body, O Ma. It produces bhakti, devotion that engulfs his entire body. Let my mind be the recipient of the formula for success from you, O Ma, as there shall be no such destruction in my life. Only you can end this sorrow, birth after birth. We chant tonight, Jai Narayan, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Ambe, Namo Namaha. Let me hear you all sounding really, really great tonight. Praise the Lord Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namaha. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Ambe, Namo Namaha. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Ambe, Namo Namaha. Jai Ram. Tonight, or today's, I should say, is Shanivar. Shani, this is Saturday, right? And who do we worship on Saturdays? Who is your auspicious deity? Hanuman Baba, Shanidev Bhagwan, on a Saturday. So tonight, one of the most, or if not the most powerful form of potent medication that exists in this world today was composed by Goswami Tulsidas Ji. He gave us the 40 verses of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Tonight, I'd like to ask all of you, let us blend our voices and sing again. If you are feeling tired, if you're feeling lethargic, if you're having pains in your body, if you're suffering from any medical conditions tonight, place it to the feet of Pavanaputra Hanumanji and call upon him for the next few minutes as we chant these 40 verses. Just only feel the energy, the Shakti of Hanuman Baba engaging and engulfing our entire bodies. May you all be blessed. Praise the Lord Pavanaputra Hanumanji. Shri Guru Charan Sarojam Nijman Guru Sudhava Varno Raghupar Vimal Jasu Jodhare Bhartare Buddhi Tanutane Sunido Jai Hanuman Jai Hanuman My dear brothers and sisters, the Ganesh festival is observed for the acquisition of Siddhi and Buddhi. Siddhi, power, and Buddhi, intelligence. This is why we observe this Ganesha itself. Intelligence or Buddhi is the basis of all knowledge. In the Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna told us that He is the Buddhi, which means seek and share. And when He allowed Arjuna to experience the cosmic aspect of God, he realized, indeed, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the Buddhi. Vinayaka, the embodiment of Buddhi, is that Buddhi, that knowledge that makes us aware of the truth, which is beyond the reach of the senses that you and I have. He is the Adhipati, the master of Siddhi and Buddhi. He is regarded as their husband, however, in a mundane term, in mundane language, not married to them, just in mundane terms. Vinayaka has no desires. Do you know anybody like this in this world today? We all want something, we all aspire, we all want, eager to yearn something. Vinayaka has no desires, none whatsoever. And in everyday parlance, Ganapati, of course, described as the son of Mother Parvati and Bhagavan Shiva. Parvati, you see, represents Prakriti or nature. And we, you and I, man, we are children of nature. Hence, every single one of us, every human being is a Vinayaka. He is a spark of the divine Shiva. Shiva Shakti, the union of nature and the Lord. And the adoration of Parvati and Ganapati is not only of recent origin, you know. Some temples, particularly in Trinidad, some of you may know the area, the Suchit Trace Hindu temple. This is in a place called Pinal, where I'm from. This year is celebrating their 108th Ganesh Chaturthi. Imagine 108 years ago, they started making the murtis, the clay murtis of Lord Ganesha, and started celebrating. However, our scriptures dates back to the time of the Vedas. Ganapati is written or lauded at several places, even in our Vedas. And he is as old as the Vedas. The worship of Vinayak, according to Ganesh Puran, has been in existence from the immortal times, even in the early ages. The Rig Veda, the Narayana Upanishad, and the Taittiriya Upanishad, these are all scriptures. There are passages in there referring to Lord Ganesha as Vinayaka. First, he is the deity that we saluted in the beginning of any journey, of any project, of anything at all that we initiate. The first post that is being built for construction in a home, in a bridge, in a city is always Ganesh Puja is to be performed. There's a beautiful mantra, his Gayatri mantra. I'd like you to all chant with me, repeat after me as we chant. Prem se bol Gajanan Swami ki jai. And as we chant the mantras, especially the Gayatri, I ask you to sit upright. Repeat after me. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahi Vakratundaya Dhimahi Thanno Dhanti Prachodayat Gajanan Swami. That is his Gayatri. Tat Purushaya Vidmahi Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. Devotees, he is the one who instills purity into our bodies. The very sight of Lord Ganesha, it gives you joy, doesn't it? It brings joy to you. If you drive around Trinidad right now, I'm not sure about Guyana, but definitely in Trinidad, especially in the southern parts of Trinidad, you will see big posters, just like they advertise, products and so forth on these billboards. You will see billboards celebrating Ganapati. There are murtis and lights and just decorated so beautifully, just to glorify this auspicious deity during these 10 or 11 day period. As we look at him, this murti, he has a very big belly, not so? The children, sometimes they look at him and they laugh at him. Big belly Ganesh. We'll come to that later. He has a beautiful tusk, one tusk, Ekadanta. but he has penetrating eyes. Very small but very penetrating. Very handsome ears. And all these, they're balanced to produce a beautiful form. And so if you look at him, a beautiful image indeed. As we begin our Katha this evening, and take this spiritual journey into the Ganesh Purana, I know our throats are thirsty for the Katha of Vinayaka. Our eyes are ready to feast on his glories in form and beauty. And as we draw him closer to us with his pleasant swabhav, his pleasant outlook, we clap, we sing, and we praise him loudly. And we listen. He is listening to us in his abode, and I'm sure he's dancing away tonight with all of your beautiful voices. We are ready and eager now to listen to his Katha. In this, the 28th Kaliyug, 27 have gone before. And the lyricist says in this bhajan, in Satyoga, I've happened, Lord Ganesha, O devotee, the story of the son of Mother Parvati. Let us blend the voices and listen to lines of this beautiful
संचय अष्टभ्यो ब्राह्म्यो यश्चित्
त्वामाये समर्पये तस्य विघ्ना भवे सर्व गणेश प्रसिद्धते इति श्री नारद पुराण संकटनाशं गणेशस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्। गजानन स्वामी की जय। In the Kridha Kand of the Ganesh Puran, there is a beautiful katha that speaks about the 4 incarnations. The Sanskrit word for incarnation, of course, is Avatara of Lord Ganesha, each of which appeared in 4 different yugas, 4 different ages. These 4 are not the same as the 8 carnations of Ganesha that are described in another Puran called the Mukdala Puran, who has 10 arms and a red complexion. He was born, this particular incarnation was born to the sage Kashyap and Aditi in the Kritya Yoga. The name Kashyap is a descendant of Kashyapa, for Ganesha refers to this incarnation. This incarnation killed the demon brothers Narantaka and Devantaka, as well as the demon Dhumaraksha. Tonight we speak about Mayūr-eśvara. Mayūr-eśvara, who has 6 arms and white in complexion. His mount is the peacock. Now, you know from Ganesh Puran also we speak about, or Shiva Puran, the Lord Kartika, his brother. His mount was the peacock. Tonight we learn how Kartik got that peacock. Devotees, he was born to Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva in Treta Yuga. And he incarnates for the purpose of killing the demon Sindhu. Now Sindhu is very synonym to the red talc that we use in puja, the Sindhu powder. We'll understand why tonight. At the end of this incarnation, he gives this peacock, his vahana, to his brother Skanda or Kartikeya. Devotees, tonight we'll deal with Mayūr-eśvara. With the limited time we have, we may not be able to get through the entire katha, but I know we are coming back, all of us will come back tomorrow morning to hear the final part of this katha. Ganesh Puran, volume 6, the incarnation of Mayūr-eśvara. Once upon a time, there was a king called Chakrapani. He ruled over the country Vaideha, India, and the city of Gandaki was the capital of this country. The king ruled the country very efficiently, unlike some of the rulers we have today in this world. He had many divine virtues and was loved and honored by all of his subjects. He didn't have a 39% approval rating, he had a 100% approval rating. His kingdom was filled with wealth and prosperity. Everyone was happy. He had 2 very important cabinet ministers as his supporters. Their names were Samba and Subodhana. Samba and Subodhana. His queen's name was Urgi. And she was very beautiful. She possessed divine virtues. And in spite of all of these blessings and all things are nice and things are going well, they had one worry in life. What do you think that worry was? No, they could have children. But although many children had been born to them, they were short-lived. They died at a very young age. So, even though they performed a lot of seva, you don't know what seva is? Selfless service to mankind, right? So they fed, the poor, the homeless and so forth. They gave a lot of dahan. But yet, every time they had a child, after a year or 2, the child would pass away. So, they decided to go to the forest to perform tapasya, right? Tapasya, austere penance to God, for God realization, to get closer to God, to give up everything that they had, all the wealth and all the comforts, to go and meditate now. Devotees, they made a promise to the cabinet ministers and all of the citizens that if God were to grant them this wish, that he would have a child who will live, for a normal lifespan, right? Then they will come back and they will rule again. Saying this, they handed over the keys to the kingdom and they departed into the forest with bare minimums. They met a sage in the forest by the name of Shaunakji. And immediately, once they asked for him, they asked him what they wanted. He blessed them and he initiated them. In other words, he became their guru. And he blessed them and initiated them in such a way that they had told them, instructed them, that in order to receive this blessing of a child who will live for a very long time, they must do worship the Surya Narayan, the sun god. He taught them a Surya Vrat. And this evening, even though the sun is already set, tomorrow morning we'll repeat it. We are going to chant this together. I'll ask all of you to chant these verses. There are 12 of them. And this is what, according to the Ganesha Puran, the sage Shamanti offered to this royal couple. Repeat after me if you can. Om Mitraye Namah.
Om Mitraye Namah.
Om Ravave Namah.
Om Ravave Namah.
Om Suryaya Namah.
Om Suryaya Namah.
Om Bhanave Namah.
Om Bhanave Namah.
Om Khagaya Namah.
Om Kanaya Namah.
Om Bhushane Namah.
Om Bhushane Namah.
Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namah.
Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namah.
Om Marichaye Namah.
Om Marichaye Namah.
Om Adityaye Namah.
Om Adityaye Namah.
Om Savitre Namah.
Om Savitri Namah.
Om Arkaya Namah.
Om Akaya Namah.
Om Bhaskaraya Namah.
Om Bhaskaraya Namah.
Surya Narayan Bhagavan ki jai. Devotees, they started repeating these 12 mantras over and over and over. Constant repetition. You know, sometimes Pandits will tell you, when we check the patras, we say in Gayana, we open the book. Right? Most people, when they're going through difficult times in life, they ask, Babs, open the book and see what's going on with me. And unfortunately, sometimes we identify it as a graha. And okay, Bhaiya, Didi, you will require this graha, in order to shanti this graha, to bring it to peace. One of the things you have to do is to do jap, or jab as you say. But the jab is 58,000 times this mantra. First reaction is, oh my God, when am I going to start? When am I going to finish this? 58,000. Seems like a lot, doesn't it? Let's break this down for a second. Just sidetracking. In a mala, how many beads do we have? 108. And do the math for me now. If in one day you do 10 malas, how many mantras are those? 1080, correct? 1080. So how difficult it is to get to 58,000? You see, maybe 58 days. Devotees, it is so simple. This is what this couple, this royal couple, in order to be blessed with the birth of a child who would live for a normal period of time, constant repetition of these 12 mantras only to Surya Narayan. Do you think Surya Narayan will respond? Let us see. Ganesh Puran tells us, Shamanti instructed them further. At the end of this vrata, give dan and feed the Brahmins. Then, with the blessings of Surya Narayan, you will have a son who will be long-lived. He will have name, he will have fame, and he will have great devotion to the solar deity. And then, Shamanti disappeared. He left them there. Devotees, days went by, months went by, years went by, and finally the queen became pregnant. And she was carrying her baby blessed by the sun god, which had created immense heat in her body. Right? This is from Surya Narayan. And what did she do to calm the heat down? Our scriptures tells us she pasted sandalwood. Sandalwood paste like a chandan, it cools the body. So she pasted her entire body with sandalwood. This didn't help, you know. Then she finally went to the bank of the Sindhu river. And there she was able to, with the blessing of Surya Narayan, deliver this child on the banks of the river. She came crying back now to explain what had happened to her husband, the king Chakrapani. And there on the bank of the Sindhu river, the energy of the sun formed a colossal baby. This baby was born with 3 eyes like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva had the 2 regular eyes and the Tejas, right? Three eyes. He had a disc in one hand and a trident in the other, so he was a warrior. And when this baby cried, the whole world shook. Could you imagine this? What an awful cry that must have been when the earth would shake. The baby's crying. Possessing a terrible form now, he began to grow, and great stature he developed. He wanted to empty the ocean. He wanted to suck all the water out of the ocean and suffocate the celestial beings up above. Devotees, the ocean king got alarmed and took that colossal baby, took him right to the king and queen, and explained that this in fact was their child, what he was doing. The queen Ugre lifted the child and began feeding him with her breast milk. And after a few days, the king organized a naming ceremony, the Nam Sanskar. Then the child was named Sindhu. Sindhu, after the riverbank that he was born on. The king and the queen then distributed per the instructions of the Guru, Shaunati, lots of wealth to all the Brahmins and all those who have come from near and far on that joyous occasion. Just like when we have a baby here, we distribute all kinds of gifts and so forth, cigars and things in this day and age, right? As a boy, he was tall, he was strong, and he began to uproot trees playfully. He didn't have anything better to do, rooting out trees. And when he went to the forest, even the cruel, dangerous animals would run away from him because of fear of him, because he used to take huge rocks and throw it at the animals. A pretty interesting fellow. Once he even leaped to the moon and held on to the moon and prevented the moon's movements. There were no full moons and so forth, no tides. Devotees, he killed a powerful elephant with a strong blow from his fist and kicked a mountain around like a football. His parents concluded, in fact, that their son was a demon. Sindhu grew to a colossal size, and he had a desire now to usurp the thrones of the Devas and rule the entire world. So what did he do? He asked for the blessings of his parents to allow him to go to the mountains and to propitiate, to get the powers of the gods. Who else in our scriptures do you know that was a demon and prayed to the gods and got tremendous power? Ravan. Yes, Ravan stood on one foot. Tonight, the Ganesha Puran tells us, Sindhu, after getting the blessings from his parents, he went into the mountains and did severe penance. What did he do? He found a suitable place and standing on one toe. How many of you can stand up on one toe? Try it, I dare you. One toe. Maybe 1 foot is difficult enough. Sindhu stands, I hope it is big toe, not a small toe. He stood on one toe and with his arms uplifted like this above his head. And he did this for days, for months, not eating any food. His meditation was so strong that even the ants formed a molehill around him, an ant hill, like Valmiki. They formed a hill around him with mud. This is how long his meditation was. Devotees, his body almost had no consciousness whatsoever. And then a fire of tapasya, of energy, emerged from the crown of his head and began to burn the heavens. So intense was this fire because his devotion now became intense. His body was lifeless. And even the sun, Surya Narayan, the source of heat, began to feel scorched by Sindhu's austerity. Surya Narayan then approached and sprinkled some nectar on him for him to come out of meditation. And then, when he came out of his meditation now, and he saw Surya Narayan, Sindhu fell to the ground and prostrated before him. Surya Narayan then said to him, my son, ask now for the boon of your choice. Well, this is what he prayed for. And what do you think Sindhu would ask for from Surya Narayan? Not to win the lottery, not for a new vehicle, not for a new car. No, Sindhu was a smart fellow. First, he praised Surya Narayan. Salutations to you, O Surya Narayan, Tubhyam Namami Narayana, the witness of the entire universe. He says, bless me with these boons. And before we go to the boons, let us glorify Surya Narayan with this beautiful measure. Tubhyam Namami Narayana. Clap your hands and sing the words. Come on, Surya Narayan, blessings to you and everyone. Tubhyam Namami Narayana. Tubhyam Namami Namami He says, "O Surya, let me not die at the hands of anyone." Smart fellow. He wants to be invincible. I must not die at the hands of anyone. That's human. I should conquer every single opponent in battle. In other words, every fight that I get into, I will always be victorious. And he continues. He says, I will always be invincible and conquer the devas. The devas are the gods. He wants to conquer the gods. And never meeting death through those gods. So no god can kill him. Right? So he rules those two out now. Surya Narayan says, Tathastu, and granted him these boons. He says, you will never meet death by the denizens of heaven, nor any human being, nor will you die through the agency of any animal or reptile. So no human, no animal, no reptile, no God. So who can kill him? We'll find out. He says here, take this small container of nectar. So he gives him a little kalash with nectar, kalsa. He says, as long as you have this nectarian container tied around your neck, no one will be able to kill you. So Sindhu began to beat his chest. Now he says, I am invincible. I've gotten all of this now from Surya Narayan. He says, if someone is able to take this nectar from your neck, you will die at that person's hands. So it says, he says now, it looks to me that God himself may have to come to take this incarnation to kill you. It is impossible for anyone to destroy you. Enjoy to your heart's content. And then Surya Narayan jumped in the chariot and left. Sindhu returned to his parents now, who received him with great delight. And then he elaborated, he explained to them all that had happened and all of the gifts that he got from Surya Narayan. Seeing now that the time was opportune, King Chakrabani, he coronated his strong, able son. He rose to the throne now to become the king of this kingdom. And the king and his queen left to contemplate God for the rest of their lives in the forest. That was their retirement. Sindhu became the king, and he appointed able people to take care of the country's affairs. And with great desire, he wanted to expand and bring all countries under his domain. He was a conqueror. And he set out to do this now with his military. Devotees, demons followed his chariot on elephants and horses. And all of the celestial weapons were brought with them. Ganesh Puran tells us the whole world trembled as they marched, and thousands of kings paid their tribute, just surrendering themselves to the demon Sindhu. They did not even want to go into battle with him because they knew that he will destroy them. Very powerful demons, and you will perhaps be familiar with these names from Katha. Shumbha, Nishumbha, Vitra, Prachanda, Kala, Kadambasura, Shambhara, Kamalasura, Kolasura and others. They became his advisors. He was being advised by demons. And amongst them, the demon Kolasura appealed to him to conquer the devas now, to go to the heavens and conquer the devas. All 14 lokas. And the other demons joined in their voices with Kolasura. They began to praise Sindhu as one of the lords of the universe. Devotees, when you praise someone, when you continuously praise someone, what happens to their ego, their Abhiman? It becomes inflated. And you see, the day that Abhiman or ego becomes inflated, be very careful. You become like a balloon ready to pop. And you keep on inflating it, and what happens? You pop and you fall right down to the ground. Trust me, I've seen this. I've been in the entertainment industry for many years. And I can tell you, the minute you feel that you're greater than anybody else, watch out. There's somebody greater than you. Bhagwan. Devotees, our lesson tonight, our first lesson tonight is, beware of this trait called Abhiman. You all are familiar with it. Last night, we did a katha at the Lakshmi Narayan Mandir. And we learned from that katha where Lord Ganesha instructed us to treat praise and blame the same way, at the same level. Someone praises you, treat it the same way. Someone blames you, treat it the same way. In other words, be like that Teflon pan. Let the blame and the negativity, let the negativities just slide off. And the praises, put them in a very safe place. Don't let them inflate the Abhiman or the ego. Now, they began to praise this fellow, Sindhu. And they wanted now to go to the heavens and to conquer the heavens. Lord Indra, when he heard about this, the head of the heavens, became very alarmed. And his minister said, "Oh Indra, it seems as though this fellow they call Sindhu, this powerful demon, we have to think properly before we enter a fight with him." And as they were talking, 1,000 arrows of the demon Sindhu attacked them in the heavens. And then Lord Indra flew into an immediate rage, and he destroyed thousands of demons with his thunderbolt. Devotees, he hit Sindhu on his head, and he made him fall to the ground. He was unconscious for some time, and after a while when Sindhu awoke, he roared like a lion, and he struck the vehicle of Indra. What was the vehicle of Indra? Airavat, an elephant. The stroke that Sindhu struck Airavat broke the head of the elephant, and blood began to flow from that elephant's head like a river. And suddenly, the demon now rushed to Indra and to dash him to the ground. And Lord Indra used something called the Anima Siddhi. Who else had this Anima Siddhi? Hanumanji. Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Rata. One of the Siddhis is Anima, the other one is Garima. Anima means to make you small, Garima is to expand. Hanumanji did this very well. Tonight, we see here, Lord Indra uses his Anima Siddhi to assume a minute form, and he escaped. He went straight to Vaikuntha Loka, the Loka of Lord Vishnu, and he appealed to him. You see, whenever these fellows get in trouble, they always go to Lord Vishnu. He's his savior. And he said to Lord Vishnu, relieve me from this trouble, O Lord. In the meantime, Sindhu usurped the throne of Indra. He took over the throne of Indra, and he appointed demons to very different high positions to rule over paradise. Indra and the demons now, they began to plead with Lord Vishnu. What did they say? In Bhajan we'll sing tonight. Oh merciful Lord, grant me refuge. Grant refuge to me. Salutations to Lord Vishnu, the Lord of Narayan, the Lord of Lakshmi. Dispel my sorrows and eradicate all my pains, O Lord. Remove all fear from within. Almighty Father, Satyanarayana Bhagavan Ki Jai. Narayana Karuna Then they said to him, O Lord, we have taken refuge in you. O Lord, protect us. And how do we approach Lord Vishnu for protection? Sharan mein aaye, hai hum tumhari, daya karo hai, dayalu Bhagavan. Sharan mein aaye, hai hum tumhari, daya karo. Lord gave a promise, and he vanquished the demons, to vanquish the demons and restore the kingdoms. And then his vehicle, his Vahan, Garudji, arrived now to fight with the demons. Sindhu, the demon, burst into laughter after learning of the Devas returning now under the protection of Lord Vishnu. Abhiman, you see. And as the bhajan, we won't see the bhajan tonight because of time, but there's a beautiful. Mandir Abhiman He dispatched his large army, Sindhu did now, to attack the Devas, and himself also began to fight with Lord Vishnu. Indra, the head of the angels, Agni, the fire god, Varuna, the god of the waters, the presiding deities over the 9 planets, they all began fighting with the demons. And devotees, seeing this, Lord Vishnu sent the powerful Garuji into battle. And wielding his own celestial weapon, the Sudarshan Chakra, a disc, he himself destroyed numerous demons. And those whom Lord Vishnu destroyed by his blessings, they automatically attained the moksha. Yes, even the demons. Once you are touched by Lord Vishnu or any of the devas, moksha is guaranteed. Finally, he tried to attack Mahavishnu, but all of his weapons were reduced to ashes the moment they approached the Lord. You see, devotees, Lord Vishnu knew that the demon was invincible by virtue of the blessings of the sun god and the Amrita Kalash that he kept around his neck, that pot of nectar. That is why Mahavishnu stopped the war and says, "O Sindhu, I am very much pleased with your heroic deeds." Lord Vishnu is saying this. Ask me of any boon of your choice. What's wrong with Lord Vishnu? This fellow is only collecting boons. He says, "Sindhu, I am very pleased with your heroic efforts. Ask me for a boon." Let us see what Sindhuji asked Lord Vishnu now. Hearing these words of praise from the Almighty Lord, Sindhu said, "O Supreme Vishnu, if you are really pleased with me, then I pray to you that along with Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma and the Devas, come and live in my city called Gandaki, which is on the bank of the holy river Gandaki." That's a smart fellow. So if he can't fight them out there, and if they are willing now to give him a boon, well, come and live in my kingdom, let me be your ruler. So this is a very smart demon. Devotees, incidentally, have you heard of this a piece of stone called a shaligram? Yes? Who is it significant to? Which deity? Lord Vishnu. And where is the shaligram found in India? Anybody knows? A particular river. Which one? Nepal. It starts in Nepal, yes, but it comes down. We just gave it to you. The name of the river is the Gandaki River. In this Gandaki River. And if you really look at that shaligram before it's cut open, it's just a complete stone with one little hole in it. What is that little hole for? What creates the shaligram? Trick question, eh? I'll tell you. A worm. A worm penetrates the stone and cuts concentric lines in a circle inside that shaligram. It looks like if it's laser cut. It's so accurate. But the worm eats the stone. And these shaligrams are only found in that Gandaki River. And here is the proof. Here is the reason why. Devotees, seeing his devotion now, Mahavishnu could not say no, because he already asked him if he want a boon. He went with Sindhu and his entourage to live now in this town or city called Gandaki. As time passed, the Devas jointly approached Mahavishnu and said, "O Lord of the demons, the Lord of the demons are ruling the paradises and the heavens. How could you allow this? You came with us to destroy them and restore our kingdom to us. Instead, you made us now the demons' slaves by coming to live in their city and living amongst this demon trait. We are very much confused. Kindly enlighten us, O Satyanarayan Bhagavan." Lord Vishnu says, "O Devas, you are all aware of the highest boons which a demon obtained from the sun god and Lord Brahma. It is only for some time that he will rule over paradise and other lokas. His own unrighteous and sinful deeds will weaken him and bring him his own destruction. Patience is the key." Our second lesson tonight. Patience is the key. Pray and meditate and just wait for the right time. Leave it in the hands of Bhagwan. Your time will come and you will win. Devotees, Sindhu puffed and bloated his chest and he says, all the Trinity are under my control. Who is the Trinity? Who are the Trinity? Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, Lord Shiva. He says, "I am invincible. I am Lord." He's proclaiming to be God now. He says, here's the best part of the katha. Not best part, but the most interesting part of this katha. Ganesh Puran tells us, He ordered that no one worship any god except him. So don't worship Shiva, don't worship Vishnu, don't worship Brahma, only me, I am God. And what did he do furthermore? He ordered that all temples be destroyed. Destroy all the temples and all the fittings and murtis and so forth inside the temples, and rebuild new temples with my name and my murti alone. So he wants to be worshipped. He's God now. Devotees, they built new temples with his image, and he proclaimed that if anyone were to be found worshipping any other deity, in death will be immediate. The demons began on earth and in the heavens to start destroying temples and rebuilding monasteries and so forth to worship this demon Sindhu. All of the sages, they went to a place called Mount Mayūr to retreat. And the cosmos became chaotic now with dharma and righteousness on the decline. Remember in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya charitam dharma samstharpanadhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Only matter of time before Bhagavan takes avatar to come, when dharma is on the decline. And after a period of penance and patience, devotees, all the devas gathered in a place and they asked their guru, Brihaspati, to guide them. And what did Brihaspati say? He said, there's only one way for success. We should pray to the Lord Vinayaka Ganesha, with devotion and worship him. And the time is very auspicious now to invoke Ganesha. It is the month of Magha, the month of September, which we are in now. And during the dark fortnight, which is what we are in now. This is the birthday of Lord Ganesha. What is this called? Chaturthi, the fourth night. You should prepare a beautiful form of a 10-armed Ganesha. Normally we do 4 arms, Chaturbhujam. This form, Vinayaka Ganesha, 10 arms, and make it from clay. Ganesh Puran is telling us. His hands should hold all of his celestial weapons. And on either side of him, you should make 2 clay images of his powers. And we talked about the powers at the top of the katha. What are the powers? Siddhi and Buddhi. Yes. Intellect and power. And by offering now 16 modes of worship, Sodach, Matrika, Upchar is called. When the Pandits perform pujan, Sodach, Matrika, 16 offerings are made. When you perform 16 offerings of worship, you should go and glorify him with hymns and prayers, which is what we are doing tonight. The lion is his vehicle, not the musha, not the mouse, not this particular form or incarnation. The lion is his vehicle, and in this aspect, he is known as Gajanana. Lord Ganesha will be pleased with our devotion, and he himself will destroy Sindhu. Devotees, all the devas, they heeded the words, the glorious words spoken by the Guru Brihaspati, and worshipped Lord Ganesha with all 16 modes of worship. Then, they join in a beautiful prayer. Tonight we humbly offer this prayer to Lord Ganesha to remove all obstacles, and especially the 9 demons that exist within us. So what are those 9 demons? Kam, Krodha, Lobha, Ahankar, ego, hypocrisy, deceit, anger, jealousy, hatred, dishonesty. These are all the negativities that we ask tonight for them to be removed. Let us chant with the Ganesh Puran tonight. If you are suffering from any sort of medical conditions, if you know of anyone who is sick, terminally ill tonight, take their names in your minds tonight. If you close your eyes, imagine or think that we are in the presence of Lord Ganesha. He is standing in front of us in his beautiful 10-armed form, riding on this lion. Oh Lord, we come before you in this with these mantras. Ganesh Puran. Hariyo Deamon Daya Sindhu Yogi Padma Samsita Adi Madhyayanta Rihita Sarvarupaya Namo Namah Jagadvasa Chidvasa Jnanagamya Namo Namah Munimasa Vrihashtaya Namo Detya Vignani Trilokasha Gunitita Gunashobha Namo Namah Trailokya Pala Vibho Vishwavyapi Namo Namah Mayatiya Bhaktanam Kampura Tane Maha सोमसुधानेत्राय नमो विश्वभार्यातये अमेयाशक्ताय तुभ्यं नमस्ते चन्द्रमौलाय चन्द्रगौराय शुभाय शुभाज्ञानकृते नमः। प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की जय। Ganesha, the son of Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva, responded to this prayer. He says, I will destroy all the demons and protect all of you who are pious. Your kingdom will be restored to you, and regaining your paradise and your respective positions, you will all live in peace and harmony. Whoever listens or reads this story of Ganesha, it says, the Purana tells us, will enjoy a healthy and wealthy life, rich in the heavens, and will reach the heavens upon death. Seeing the dangers of the demons Sindhu's rule, Lord Shiva and Shakti, Mother Parvati left now for the Mount Kailash. And they went into a quiet pilgrimage place called Trisandhya, along with their gunners, their attendants. They settled there for a while. And seeing all of this, the sages followed them and fell at the feet of Lord Shiva now, asking him to protect their austerities. Lord Shiva gave them the promise and says, I would like to stay here with all of you and meditate upon myself. Incidentally, devotees, when Lord Shiva meditated, or when he meditates, and he barely closes his eyes in that Dharam position, and he chants, what is the mantra he uses to meditate? Do we know? You'll be surprised. What's the mantra? Come on. Oh, good try. You'll be surprised. The mantra is Ram. When Lord Shiva meditates, the mantra he uses is Ram. Shiva Puran tells us this. Ram. So fond, if you go into Ramayana also, so fond was he of Lord Rama. Lord Rama even states in Ramayana, in Kiskindha, when they were building the bridge, and they created that lingam at Rameshwaram, Lord Rama says, if anyone who is dear to me disrespects Lord Shiva, don't even bother coming to me. Don't come to my loka at all. His mantra was Ram. Devotees, Mother Parvati went to the holy mountains now, up in Kailash, and she began to do severe penance, meditating on Ganesha. And she continued, her mantra was Om. She went into dhyana or meditation with this mantra, Om, to Lord Ganesha, giving up food, drink, sleep, even rest. And she meditated on Lord Ganesha's mantra. And at the end of 12-year penance, 12 years had passed, Lord Ganesha, known as Ganesha, the god of virtues, appeared in the presence of Mother Parvati. And this time he appeared as a trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesha, with 3 heads and 1 body in the original form. Ganesha said to her, O Mother Shakti, I am pleased with your austerity. This was supposed to be his mom, man. I am pleased with your austerity. Whatever boon you choose will be granted to you the same. And Parvati Ma said to God, Ganesha, today my entire being was blessed with your presence, and all gods are in you. You are the Supreme Lord. I pray that you will be born in my womb as my son. Please, this wish of mine shall be the joy of all beings. Kindly fulfill my only wish. Then Ganesha said to her, Tathastu Ma, so be it. And then he disappeared. Mother Parvati then prepared a clay image of Ganesha as she saw him, and built a temple around that living image. She called it Siddhi Kshetra, which means those who meditate here will attain all of their wishes. And then she blessed this place and returned it to Lord Shiva. Devotees, this place does exist, Siddhi Kshetra. Where? It is located in Nepal. Siddhi Kshetra, because Nepal is where? Close to where? Mount Kailash is. Now, what do you think happened next? Well, time will not permit us to do so tonight. But I think you can fill in the blanks if you decide you don't want to come tomorrow. But I'm sure you will come tomorrow to hear the rest of this katha. You see, it goes on, it gives us a little bit more kahani, a little bit more katha about Lord Ganesha. But yes, the image, the 10, Mayūr-eśvara is the form that actually destroyed this Sindhu. And I'll summarize it in case you don't feel like coming out of it. I know you will. When he destroyed Sindhu, he used what's called the Pashpatastra, the arrow of Lord Shiva. And it split the demon in two. Now, why was Lord Ganesha able to destroy him? Remember, he could not be destroyed by any human being, no animal, no god, no devta or devi. What single aspect allowed Ganesha to destroy Sindhu?
Clay.
Huh? Clay? You're close. Very close. The fact that he had the head of an elephant and the body of a human. He was neither animal nor human. You see, these fellows think they're smart, but that's important. The one thing they left out. Right? Devotees, when he cut open, when that Pashpastra cut open Sindhu, what do you think came out of Sindhu? Blood. And Lord Ganesha was covered with the blood. One of the boons was the person that takes that kalash out of your neck or destroys the kalash is the one that's going to destroy you and will bathe in that blood. That's why in some pictures of some devotees of Lord Ganesha, you'll see him in red color or in orange color. That is when he killed this Sindhu, this demon. And then that name Sindhu, the reason why he is in red now, Sindhu became Sindur. And this is why we use the red colored vermilion powder, Sindur. And why do we place Sindur in puja? Why do we use the Sindur in puja? That one I'll say for tomorrow. Prem se bolo Gajanan Swami ki jai. In conclusion tonight of this katha, this world is his play. Play meaning that act. It is not an empty dream. It has purpose and it has use. It is a means by which we can discover God. See him in his beauty and his grandeur. Look at the beautiful murtis are in front of us here at the Mandir. In their beautiful nature. This play, this role is his gift. It's just a gift. And the lines are all written by him. This Purana was written by him. He directs, he decides, and he dresses and decorates. And he creates the gestures and the tones. Earned by your efficiency and your enthusiasm, the right to play higher and higher roles in life. That is the meaning and the purpose of life. Do not worry about anything. Bhagavan tells us, why fear when I am here? And if you have that kind of faith in God, you should not be worried about anything. When you're ready to sleep at night, you hit that pillow, you should be out like a light and not worrying about anything. Because God is in control. You know, devotees, there's a beautiful prayer and I can share it with you. At night before you sleep. How many of you pray? How many of us pray before we go to sleep at night? We give praise and thanks to God. Don't be afraid. In your minds, you'll know what prayers that you say. But here's a prayer in English. It was given to me by my Guru, Satya Sai Baba. The prayer says, O Lord, the tasks of this day that I placed at your lotus feet this morning are over. It is you, O Lord, who make me walk, talk, think and act. Thank you for not letting me hurt anyone and letting anyone hurt me. The tasks are over, Lord. I am coming back to you. Please receive me. Om Shanti. That's the prayer. How can you go wrong? If it is your time to go back to wherever, to the soul to leave the body, you already told God, I am prepared to come back to you. It's done in your prayer. Devotees, the Lord alone is aware of the play, and it is His to make the plans for the next step. Tonight, while we are all actors on this stage, reciting our roles, we cannot grasp the inner meaning of the entire play. And the world has a stage for us now. And age is our duration. We are only actors before the floodlights. The director who knows the play and the roles, who give the calls, is behind the curtain, and that is Bhagavan. Identify with the adventure in the play and make this with success or with failures. As you give up one of the 9 vices that we spoke about tonight, during this Ganesh Utsav period, may the blessings of Lord Ganesha be with each and every one of you to clear your pathway forward. Prem se bolo Gajanan Swami ki jai. Let us sing this bhajan tonight as we bring this katha to an end. Ayom Bhakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai स्वामी की जय। कथा विसर्जन होते सुनो वीर हनुमान, रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी सदा करो कल्याण। एक हरिया दो आलो में बुनियाद, तुलसी संकट सारी हटे घोर अपराध। श्रोता सभा संजय शंभु गए कैलाश, रामायण हृदय आन करहु तुमास। परमं पवित्रं पावनभूतं, परमं विचित्रं लीलाभूतं। परमात्मैष्ठां मोक्षप्रदातं, पावनभूतं इदमस्मयामि। परमं पवित्रं पावनभूतं, परमं विचित्रं लीलाभूतं। समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम।
As we join in the Swaha, Om Shri Ganapate Namah Swaha, Om Mayūr-eśvara Swaha, Om Mohakat Swaha, Om Chintamani Shri Ganesha Swaha, Om Agnaye Namah Swaha, Om Somaye Namah Swaha, Om Prajapate Namah Swaha, Om Indraye Namah Swaha, Om Ishtetaye Namah Swaha, Om Varnaye Namaha, Om Kalashetaye Namaha, Om Varun Devtaye Namaha, Om Gram Devtaye Namaha, Om Skan Devtaye Namaha, Om Bhu Namaha, Om Bhwa Namaha, Om Maha Namaha, Om Satyam Namaha, Om Bhur-bhuva Swaha. Tatsavito Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur-bhuva Swaha. Tatsavito Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur-bhuva Swaha. Tatsavito Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Durga Mata Swaha. Ashta Siddhi Durga Mata Swaha. Om Sri Lakshmi Mata Swaha. Ashta Siddhi Mahalakshmi Mata Swaha. Saraswati Mata Swaha. Shri Ram Bhagwan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Hanuman Bhagwan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Anjani Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Pavane Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Sitaye Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Krishnaye Govindaye Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Radhe Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Sita Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Tulsi Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Brahm Bhagwan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Vishnu Bhagwan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Shankaraye Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Mangal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Chandama Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Brihaspati Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shukra Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Sanita Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Panchpal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Darjishpal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Chaudasi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Ishtanaye Namaha Swaha. Okay, we do some pictures for the ancestors, the past ancestors. Om Matri Pitri Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Matri Pitri Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Matri Pitri Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Aryama Pittaye Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Go back to Swaha. Om Rahu Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Ketu Devta Bhyo Namaha
स्वाहा
ओम सर्वदेवा देवी देवताभ्यो नमः
स्वाहा
सर्वदेवा देवी देवताभ्यो नमः
स्वाहा
सर्वदेवा देवी देवताभ्यो नमः
स्वाहा
सर्व ब्राह्मणायेभ्यो नमः
स्वाहा
Shall we stand up for the final Purna? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnatu Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishvate Om Bhut Bhuva Swaha Om Sabeve Purnagam Swaha Om Sabeve Purnagam Swaha Om Achmanyam Panya Achmanyam Pratigrahita Tatsakari Om Abhi Bhagwan Pujayami Stapyami Pratigrahitam Pujanam Pratigrahitam Om Shanti Rastu Vidhi Rastu Ya Prapanam Tarpahastamastu Dvipade Chatuspade Shanti Bhavatu So Shanti Bhavatu Bhagwan Ki Jai. Om Vidyamasi Vidyam Mahidehi Om Balamasi Balam Mahidehi Om Tejamasi Tejam Mahidehi Om Manyamasi Manyam Mahidehi Abhi Bhagwan Ki Jai.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा लगवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा संत करे सेवा लगवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी मूस की सवारी दुखियों के दुख हर परमानंद देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा अंधन को आग दे कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया बांझन को पुत्र दे निर्धन को माया निर्धन को माया हमसे मार करो नाथ चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा लक्ष्मण को भोग लगे लक्ष्मण को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता चाची पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता चाची पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा लक्ष्मण को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा संत करे सेवा लक्ष्मण को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जानी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा Praise the Lord Gajanan Swami ki jai. Let us clasp our hands, bow heads, close eyes and pray. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhus cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyam Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. From truth lead us on to truth, from darkness lead us on to light, and from death lead us on to eternity. O Lord, Om Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudatvajah Mangalam Pundarikasha Mangalaya Tanohari. Om Yoho Shanti Antariksha Om Shanti Prithvi Shanti Lapa Shanti Oshadeva Shanti Vanaspate Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Om Shanti Deva Shanti Sama Shanti Vidhi Hari Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की उमापति महादेव की सत्य सनातन धर्म की पवन पुत्र हनुमान की आदिशक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की भाग्य वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की नमो पार्वते पतये हर हर महादेव।
व्यास महाराज की व्यास महाराज की व्यास महाराज की
धन्यवाद. Thank you. Koti Koti धन्यवाद. Please take your seats. Thank you very much.
Sisters and brothers, once more again, we are very honored and privileged that the Diaspora has given us so much delightful knowledge into the inspiration of Ganapati Bhagwan. As we have heard, very delightful, the love and the compassion of Bhagwan, the Vardhan that was given by his mother, Parvati Ma, and Bhagwan Shankara. We must also be here tomorrow to absorb more of this Amrit from Vyasji. So many of us who are here tonight, I'm sure we will entertain us here tomorrow and join with us in Seva to the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Once more again, Bhagwan, grace and bless you. On behalf of Ganesha, I have to say I'm very privileged and honored to have many of you here and tell a friend and support your Dharma, Dharma of the original. Sitaram, Shri Gajanan Swami
Ki jai.